Hello, hello. Welcome to Shading White. I'm Marilyn, and today we have auction bags. Yesterday I asked what people wanted to say, and I said Victorian or vintage sterling, and the consensus was everybody wanted to see Victorian. So here is a little bit of mixed vintage, Victorian, mainly Victorian, Art Deco, and vintage. And thank you for joining me. If you haven't been here before, my name is Marilyn. As I said, my husband's name's Barry, and we are resellers. We sell on eBay, Etsy, Poshmark, and YouTube. We did try Whatnot, and we will do a couple more shows, see what we think before we commit 100% to it. So if you see something that you're interested in, all you have to do is send us an email to shadyny@gmail.com. Send us a timestamp and a description of what you're looking for. If you haven't purchased from us before, be sure to send us your mailing address. And then I do invoices once a week. And this time of year, I always tell everybody, if you need it quicker than that, all you need to do is let me know and I will do an invoice right away for you and get it shipped right out. I know with the Christmas and shipping and the way they get bogged down, we definitely don't want anything to be late if it is for a gift. So all you have to do is let us know. We will accommodate what anybody needs. So let's get to this. Oh, first off, let me tell you about the rings I have on today. They all are for sale. First off, I'm going to start with this one. This is a fabulous sterling silver cubic zirconia ring. Isn't that fabulous? It needs to be cleaned a little bit in the center. The sterling has some patina, but very nice. There is no missing marcasites. So there's marcasites all along here and on this side also, and nothing's missing. This is a size... It says a size 7, but I wear a size 8 generally on this finger, and there is so much room in here that it would fit whether you are a 7 or an 8. It is a little snug, but all the, because it's open back, there's room for, I call it finger fat to go in. So this is fabulous. If anybody's interested in this one, it is a huge amount of stones here, glass, crystals, whatever you want to call them. This is 1 3/8 by 5/8 of an inch. And if anybody's interested, I will do $75 on this one. Let's go with this one. This is obviously a cameo. It is triple shank, with the center shank being bald. It is marcasite and shell cameo, hand carved, no missing marcasites, and it is a cutie. This one is a size 6 1/4. And on this one, if anybody's interested, I will do 35 on the cameo. And now this beauty is a beauty. This is 14 karat gold. It is 1/3 of a carat princess cut diamonds. And the princess cut is the square. All of them are square cut, and they are gorgeous. So online on K's, this exact ring is available right now for $699. And I'm going to do, if anybody's interested, it is in great condition. There's a few tiny scratches on the back. So I'm going to do $125 if anybody's interested. And the size on this is a size 6. And it has been tested, and it is 14 karat gold, white gold, and it is marked 14 karat white, 14 karat gold, and it has, let's see if you can see it. Yeah, you can see it right there. So gorgeous. So those are all for available. Now we're going to move on to our bags. And we have 2 bags. They're both Victorian mix. So let's start with this one. And if I find anything that tests as gold, what I will do is put it to the side, and we will test it with the key gold tester tomorrow. I'm just going to get through the bags tonight, and then if we need to test anything, we will go further tomorrow. Okay, first off, we have these. Yeah, these are clip-ons made in Scotland, and I'll pull them off. It is just glass, banded glass, not agate, and it is clip-on earrings. There's the bags. I am not sure. It looks like SR. I'm not sure. It's in there, but it's hard to read. So there you go. And these are really pretty. Small little clip-ons. And I'm going to say, let's do $10 on those. Those are nice. Next we have this. And this is marked right here. Czech for Czechoslovakia, I think. It looks like it was probably from the 40s with the roller clasp. Let me see. There's little flowers along the edges that are enamel, and then we have blue rhinestones, more enamel, faux pearls, and then a rhinestone in the center, and it's set in gold tone. There's a little mark right there. So on this, I'm going to say, that is so pretty. I'm going to say, let's do $12. And it is 1.5 inches by 1.25 inches. Now this is fabulous. I believe this is brass. Yeah. And it is like, I believe it's Victorian Egyptian, okay? Because the Victorians loved Egyptian. It was very popular because they had found some of the tombs during the Victorian time. And this piece is brass. It is a bird. And it is just fabulous. I don't see any marks on the inside at all. It is a size set right now at about a 7.25. However, it does move pretty easy. And on this one, I'm going to say, on this Egyptian Revival, let's do 45. Now this one, I'm going to test this real quick. I'm not sure. It does say crements right here. And they were generally really good about marking the gold content. So it could be gold filled. It could be gold. The backs are definitely not. The fronts either. Okay. So I'm just going to say this is gold tone crements. And as you can see, it's signed right there. See if I can get it to come in right there. And these are their screwbacks, probably from the 40s. A rose gold and yellow gold tone. So on these, I'm going to say, let's do $10. Now this is a Victorian brooch. It is, I believe it's glass. However, it has, it's hand faceted. You can see that it's not exact, so it's hand faceted. It does have flea bites, but look at that back. Isn't that fabulous? Love that. And of course, the pin extends out over the brooch, which gives us that it is Victorian. This one I'm going to do, even with the little flea bites, I'm going to say $12 for this morning brooch. This one is unique. This is trombone. clasp. So here's the front. And you just take it and you pull back the trombone part and it releases your pen. It's kind of like a C clasp. You can see here, it goes in like a C clasp, and then it has like a little lock that goes over it. And these are called trombone clasp. This is like a straw, and they've made flowers in it. Isn't that too cool? So this is probably from 1910. And, you know, it can always be later. They can always use later clasp and things like that. So this is 1 7/8 inches by 3/8 of an inch. And on this one, I'm going to say, let's do $12. Now this one, I'm just going to take one out and show you because there is a loose green rhinestone, and that's for the eye, but these are gorgeous. So I can replace that if you want me to. It's a little bird. These are cufflinks. These would have been for a lady, most likely. Rhinestones, a green rhinestone for the eye and red for the body, gold tone, and they're just little cufflinks that they wore on their wrist and on and there's a little cufflink that or the green eye that came out. And on these cufflinks, I'm gonna do $10. These are so fabulous, especially with the figural bird, just so sweet. Now this, unfortunately, is not in the best of shape. However, something this old should not be in great shape, not necessarily, but somebody loved this little bag. This is just a small little bag. It still has the blue glass bead on the opening. You push the bead to open it, like, I think, yeah, like so. You push up, it opens. Let me see if there's a name on this. Generally, when you find these, the names are always on the inside along the frame. I don't see a name. However, as you can see here, there is some opening ends, so it needs to be repaired. And how you do that is all these little openings, you just wire the chain metal back up to it. And on this side, it's even more. It looks like somebody tried to repair it here with some thread. And then also right here, somebody tried with wire. And on the chainmail strap, there's, it's been used. Let's just say, you can see where it's loose right there. It's not loose, but it needs to be wired back up. And on this piece, normally if it was in great shape with the 3 colors that it has, this would probably easy go in the $70 mark. However, because it is not, I'm just going to do $25 on it. But having the glass bead is, when I saw the bead, I was like, well, that's still great. Now this piece is glass. Again, these are hand faceted, gold tone with an extension and a shepherd's hook. And I'm just going to go half of the extension. Let's go with no extension. That way we can get a full size. It is 17 inches with a 2 1/4 inch extension. And on this one, I'm just going to do $12, and these are glass. Now this is a watch fob, and I think this, let's see, that's nice. It could be, the 14 hasn't disappeared. The 10, neither one of them have disappeared. So I'm going to put this over to the side, and let's see tomorrow if it's just gold tone or gold. So we will test this tomorrow. Let's wipe that off because I do not want to burn myself. Okay, we have these, which are beautiful. These are definitely Victorian. These are obviously cuffs, like so. And these are, I'm going to say acrylic, maybe. I don't think they're glass. And they have these tassels on them, and each one bends out, okay? If you don't bend them out at all and just drop it for a size, it can go anywhere from a 7-inch, probably all the way down to a 9-inch. And these two have tassels. There's your tassels. Like so. It is like a sweet light lemon. These are faceted. And then the third one only has one tassel. In the early, Miriam Haskell had bracelets like these. That was her faux pearls. And they were almost identical to these. But these are just fabulous. I don't see a name or anything on these. And I'm going to do each one for the ones that have the 2 tassels. I'm going to do 15 a piece. And the one with 1 tassel, I'm going to do 10. And if you're interested in all 3, let me know and I will send you a price. But those are gorgeous. Here we have a little button. And it is just, why do I always forget this name? It is early plastic, and I can't remember what it is. But there's your back, and it just is a button. And it's hand carved with flowers. I'm going to say, let's do $7 on that one. Here we have a little lingerie pin that's enameled with blue arrows. There's your back. I'm just going to say $5 for the lingerie pin. I don't know what this says. I think a string went through here, but there's your front. It could be engraved, but it's not. It is not magnetic. Seems to have a lot of brass in it, so I'm going to assume it's brass. Yeah, it already went away. So it's brass. And on that, I'm going to say, let's just do $5. Now, this is gorgeous. This has a clasp, probably from the 1940s. It is just little faux pearls. Isn't that sweet? It's a small little brooch. It's only 1 inch by 1 inch. And on this one, I'm just going to say, there's no name. And I'm going to say, let's just do $8. Now, here is a tie clip. And I know it's an R. And I know it's a K. But I don't know what this one is. Is it possibly an S, you think? I'm not sure. I find this font to be very, very difficult to read. But it is a tie clip. And it is signed. But I'm not sure who it is. Let's see. There you go. I'm not sure who that is. And on this one, I'm just going to say $5. Now, this one, are little buttons or cuffs. There's the back. This one got beat up a lot. And on the front, too. There's your front, there's your back. They're definitely Victorian. I'm not sure what it's supposed to be, but I'm just going to say $5. More cufflinks. Now, these are definitely cufflinks. They are signed on the back, and it's Hayward that it's signed by. I'm not sure what this initial is either. If you know, maybe it's a... I'm not sure. If you know, let me know. And on these, I'm also going to say, let's do $6. Now these, let's see if they're signed. These are definitely older cufflinks. And on these, I'm going to say, let's do $10 on those. This sweet lingerie brooch, faux pearls with a C-clasp. And on this one, I'm going to do $10. Very small. We have a pair of shell clip-on earrings. No name. Oh, there is a name. Let's see if I can read it. BA 800. So these are 800 silver and shells. And the way we do show you that it's real, you can see right through the shell. And it is clip-ons, and they are nice. 800 silver, hand carved shell cameos. I'm going to do $25 on these. And the last piece in this bag is this sweet, tiny little bracelet. It is a tiny little 5.5 inches. It has this lock. This says 1/10, so I believe that means 1/10 carat gold filled. I believe that says WW. I'm not sure if that's the maker or that is whose name it was. And is this little ribbon with this tiny little key. Look at that key. Isn't that fabulous? I think this is pretty fabulous. That key alone is just beautiful. So on this piece, I'm going to say, let's do $15. Okay, the next bag, also Victorian, next. So Art Deco, Victorian, things like that. Let's push it out of the way a little bit. Now this is just a porcelain piece with no frame. It had a gold-filled frame, but there is no brooch frame. And on this, it is a size 2 1/4 by 1 7/8, hand painted. And on this, I'm just going to say, let's do $5. Here we have another glass hand faceted necklace. Look at that old clasp. It is a thumbless clasp. It has no little tab on it, and it's just a little tiny piece that you just pull back. So not that little tab that we're used to. This is small. There's a little bit of verdigris on it. This is a size 16. See the verdigris between. So because it needs to be cleaned and has a little verdigris, I'm just going to say, let's do, I'm going to test this gold. It might be 10 karat. Could be 9 karat. I wish we had 9 karat gold acid. So many of the older pieces were 9 karat. That's fading. Okay, so I'm going to say it's not. So on this one, I'm just going to say $12. Now, this is my favorite piece in this bag. It's glass. Isn't that something? Let's see if this is sterling. And generally you would either find the mark here or here, but not always. So let's test it real quick. Avalanche. And there it is turning blue, so it is sterling. Look at this. I love this. First off, I love the glass and crystal beaded necklaces. You know, these could be later because it looks like Aurora Borealis on these. So that means that these actually would have been added or all together during the 50s, because that's when Aurora Borealis came about. And this is 30 inches. So I'm gonna just assume, let's see. See, the reason I think these were added is because these don't have any beads in between them. And then these do. Isn't that just stunning? I'm not looking super close at these, so I don't know if there's any flea bites. I would imagine any, there is a flea bite right there. I would always imagine that there's going to be flea bites for a vintage piece, no matter if it's 20 years old or it's 100 years old. It most often is going to have something. So this is 30 inches. I'm going to put the time on this as the 50s. And I'm going to say, let's do $40 on these. And they're super, super heavy. Now, I thought I just saw yes, I did. There is a rhinestone, and I'm going to guess it came off of this beauty. Isn't that a stunner? Yeah, there's a missing one right there. So this is probably from the 40s with the clasp, gold tone. And that is the only missing rhinestone that I'm seeing. These are all green and purple. I think they're coming through perfectly fine. But here is the one that's missing. I'm going to put this in a bag so it doesn't get separated. It is 2 3/8 of an inch by 2 1/8 of an inch. And I will fix this. And I'm going to say it's $12. If you want to fix it yourself, let me know and we'll discuss it. Here we have another pair of earrings. These are not marked. They're brass and black. I'm going to say it kind of looks like a damascene look to it around the edges, but it's gold flowers with a back background, and then a prong set, cameos. And I believe the cameos are acrylic or plastic. And on these, I'm going to say, let's do $10 on those. Now this one, gorgeous. Isn't that crazy? That is gorgeous. Let me see if it has the original clasp. I don't think so. This is very brassy, clean, and whereas this is very antiqued. So I could replace this if you want. You just need to let me know in your original email to me. Isn't that gorgeous? These are faux pearls. They're a little misshapen, it looks like. These are glass, I believe. Yes. Let me put them all right. So sweet. Definitely Victorian brass. And let me give you a measurement. That's 16 inches, and then from the last one down, it is 2 inches. They each one of these have a backing. That's the back. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay, on this one, I'm going to do 125. That is just gorgeous. Okay, here we have a belt buckle. There's the back. It's brass. Clicks in right here. Your belt or ribbons go here. And look at all that gorgeous work. So on this, I'm going to say, let's do 25. We have a little mother of pearl, brass, Victorian C-clasp. Let me test this. It's a rhinestone in the center. And on this one, it is missing some of the silver tone. So I'm going to say, let's just do $10 on this one. This is a little rose, and it is made out of coral. There's a little hole here. If you want, let me know. I can put a little, that's going to be hard to find a little ring that small, but I will look and see if I have one. And isn't that pretty? Look at that detail. Dyed coral. And on this one, the size is 1 1/16 by 1 inch. And on this one, I'm going to say, let's do $15. Now this one is sweet. This is probably from the 20s, and it is just a brooch. It's probably brass. Yes, it's also got some tone loss right here on the side. And this one is 1 1/4. There's also some tone loss over on this side by 1 inch. And I'm going to say $10 on that one. Now here is one of the cigarette holders. Just like in Art Deco, all the way through Holly Golightly and Breakfast at Tiffany's. She had a super long one of these. This is cracked right here. Gorgeous rhinestones here. Definitely chewed on, but I'm going to say this is Art Deco. And on this one, I'm just going to say, let's do $18. This piece is fabulous. It needs to be cleaned, the cameo. It's a pink cameo. It's missing a rhinestone right here. And this would be a choker. And then the back part of this would be finished off with ribbons that tied and went down your back. And on this one, it does have some tone loss. As I said, it does have a missing rhinestone. It needs to be cleaned. So I'm going to say, let's do $20 on this one. These are sweet. These are, there's your clasp. Looks like your clasp has probably been repaired. Yeah, it's been restrung. But this is Victorian Deep Sea White Angel Skin Coral Branch. I don't think these are sterling, but they are gorgeous. And these are 16 inches. And on this one, I'm going to do $75. And I'll tell you, like a lot of people say, oh, you know, coral. Well, these have already in this condition. These are from the Victorian times when they weren't trying to save the coral and they didn't think that coral was going to go extinct. So just, there's that one. But here is the one that is crazy. This is marked $8.35 with a gold tone. There's screwbacks, and there's your earrings that match. These. It's a double strand Victorian. There's your 10 karat gold acid right here. And it's disappearing. So this clasp is not sterling or gold. And however, these are sterling or $8.35. And it's a double strand of Victorian rose, deep sea white angel skin coral. And they are just beautiful pieces of coral. And on these, I'm going to say $250 on the necklace, and on the earrings, I'm going to say $75. And if you want them together, let me know. So there you go. What do you think? I think these are some amazing pieces. I'm not sure if I like the glass crystal necklace that's 30 inches or this brass bracelet that is Egyptian. So gorgeous. Love. I just love so many of these pieces. The morning brooch, these bracelets with the tassels. So many little amazing pieces. Let me know in the comments what you thought of this grouping. I would love to hear from you. Be sure you know we appreciate you spending a little bit of your day with us. If you haven't already, please take a moment and subscribe below. If it is red, please click it and also hit that bell to all. That way you are notified anytime that we have a new video up. Tomorrow I will do probably some more Victorian or sterling, and I definitely will do some gold key testing so we can find out if some of these pieces that I've been putting aside were gold. Have a wonderful night, and we will see you on the next one.